Today we're going to start, though, with our municipal guest. Today is Yorktown Supervisor Ed Lachterman, that we're so pleased to have him here. The town of Yorktown has about 38,000 people in it. He's going to join us to tell us about the latest updates and developments from the town of Yorktown, from community initiatives and upcoming projects. Supervisor Lachterman will give us a look inside of what's happening inside of Westchester's most vibrant towns. With that, let's turn over to our supervisor of the town of Yorktown, Ed Lachterman. Ed, thank you, Ken. It's really great to see
you. Good afternoon, and thank you for having me here today, Ken. Appreciate it very much. In Yorktown, we have been working on revitalizing a lot of our blight areas commercially. We've just had a ton of ribbon cuttings, two this past Saturday, one for a Michael's and one for a barbershop that moved to a bigger, more spacious location. We've had Five Below open, a TJ Maxx, a slew of restaurants, and just really have been working to increase our commercial space. In addition, we have some housing initiatives coming up. One that I'm very happy to be having on our agenda tomorrow night is regarding some senior 55 and over rentals, which you don't really find too much of. That'll help complement some of our seniors who are looking for new housing, and they want to scale down from their house or larger condominiums and townhouses. So we're very excited about all of that, but I really wanted to talk a little bit about Chris Perez, if I may. So Chris is another guest here today, and Chris is one of our postal carriers at one of our senior communities, Jefferson Village. And a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was the 28th of March, a Friday afternoon, Chris, probably almost finished with his route, saw some smoke coming out of one of the buildings. And instead of deciding to say, well, you know, it's the end of my day, let me get out of here, Chris said, I see something. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to act. And Chris went up to the apartment and noticed flame engulfing the front of the building. And thinking very quickly, he drove around to the back of the building with his mail truck and was able to assist a resident who was trapped and have them climb down onto the truck so they could escape the fire. And he was helped by 3 other residents, one who was knocking on doors to make sure that the other residents were notified about the fire, and all the apartments were full, so it was very, very imperative that she did that. And there was a gentleman, Renee, who's one of the landscapers there. He has his own company. He came over to help, as well as one of the residents, Ed Hammond. So it was really, team effort of people. But we always speak about Yorktown being an exceptional place to live, to work, even to visit, with all of our things to do. But we have exceptional people there. And even though Chris isn't a resident, I'm sure he's an honorary resident of Jefferson Village now. He's worked in our community for quite a while, and we appreciate him and what he did and what his quick actions, because we don't want to drop to 37,999. We want the 38. We want to keep growing, and every life that's saved is, as our first responders can tell us, that's a really great thing that we're doing. And Christopher, I want to just congratulate you and thank you on those actions.
So with that, we're going to ask Chris Perez to come up and come up a second, Chris, and be able to recognize one first. Thank you so much for doing the work that you've done and saving someone's life and taking the extra initiative. While Supervisor Lachterman was mentioning those things, we were running the video that people had received of that, and again, being a real life hero to be able to do that. I know you weren't thinking of that, and I've seen you so many times. You're so humble. Something we're happy to have you say a few words. Right.
So I'm just very grateful and humble for this opportunity to actually step in and make a difference. That day could have been completely different, and I'm proud to say that I had I had what it took in order to get something done. And I'm just grateful to all of my customers in that area for showing me so much love, and the town of Yorktown embracing me. And I'm just truly honored, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And again, Supervisor Lachterman took the time to give us a few words about your town and the great work that's going on, and there's so much movement on the business side. And certainly you and your council members, or town board members, are doing so much to continue to move things forward, including a new housing complex, which I'm sure Chris was looking forward to helping to serve when it gets involved. But again, on behalf of the people of Westchester County, and certainly the town of Yorktown, has continued to recognize you for all of the work that you've done. We recognize you as well, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And again, we want to thank Supervisor Lachterman for coming in and making sure to let us know the things that are going on up in your town. And there's so many other great things that are happening. I know that they have work that's going on in the public space, to be able to have recreation space and all those kind of things that are happening, as well as great developments that are happening. 118 and Underhill Road is another one that's developments happening. But to get businesses engaged and involved, I just see a bunch of folks up at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning for the Michael's ribbon cutting, and another great opportunity to continue to have investments from business communities to do that. And then when you link that to the kind of work and the honor from a person like Chris Perez, that had taken that time and energy and effort to be able to not look the other way, not to continue on and say it's the end of my day, to get engaged and involved and support. And actually, if I remember correctly, his statement is like having superhuman strength to pick up the 250-pound person and get them over the bars of the thing. Say, I did watch, right? To be able to see that going on. And again, we're just so very honored for you to have come in. But I know the town of Yorktown and everyone in the Postal Service is so proud of you for our United States Postal Service and the work that you continue to do. So again, congratulations.